It's trial and error, but it is saying, but what if it works? You know, the challenge with the normal regular education system is it teaches you that there is no letter after a certain letter. Z. Z is the last. What if it is there? What if this is not the right arrangement of letters? So you ask yourself this question. And then I said, no, I have refused to believe that this is it I can do about speech. Am I successful? No. But am I going to stop trying? No, I can't. I cannot. What can I do about it? Where does speech develop from? What are the things? What can I do? If my son is not able to make a sentence, can he make a word? Or can he make a sound? Can he point at a ball and he says, ball? For somebody who has never seen him to say, this child wants a bottle. That's the thing.
To interpret what he's
Yes. So for me, my standard doesn't have a limit. And it doesn't have a definition.
You're limitless.
Yes, it doesn't have a definition. I'm just saying, but what if something comes out? How is it going to come out unless I prompt, unless I try, unless I refuse? That's the doctrine of stubborn refusal. It is to refuse the status quo and say, I have accepted the diagnosis. But as far as I'm concerned, it can change. You see, I was reading somewhere about that stone and the water. What breaks that stone after so many times of the water passing through? Is it the first time the water goes through the stone or actually over the stone? Or is it the so many times that breaks that stone? Is the stone actually meant to remain as stone, or would the many times that the water goes over the stone consistently without stopping that makes that stone break?
You have ministered to me.
So we started. We've been doing it. I can't say we started. But in different variations. We go for basketball and I'm saying ball. And everybody is saying ball. And he gets there and they're saying ball. And the community of practice must believe in the dream. Who is the community of practice? The people around this individual. At the reception, when he's going into the basketball place, they're just saying, Jeremiah, ball. Please note I've spoken to them and said, please, I'm requesting you to do this for me. When Jeremiah comes to you, just look at him, say Jeremiah. He responds to his name and he look at you. Now, demand for yes or a sound. So when you say Jeremiah, initially he never looked up. Now when you say Jeremiah, he looks up. So celebrate him. Say, wow, Jeremiah. Just say something that makes it feel celebrated. And then pause and look at him and say yes. Is he going to say yes the first time? No. That's the doctrine of the water. Is he going to say yes the 10th time? No. Maybe yes, maybe no. Even if he doesn't say it the 100th time, the only thing I'm asking you to do is say yes. And I'm telling you, when you turn and say Jeremiah now, he says yes. Oh, because after he's not saying yes, but he's now, after so many years, he's been playing basketball for a long time. I think it's now like maybe 7 years. He started to say yes. Now, it's not yes, but the way we celebrate that sound.
Yes. I know.
I said one day they're going to play the national anthem and my son will be standing there. And they said, why? I said, because he's winning medals.
Yes. Amen.
So now, we then move to now, ball. When he's playing basketball, they're not saying throw, basket, blah, blah, do this, pass. No. Everybody, he's playing in the opposite direction. He's playing alone. He's doing everything. They're saying only one thing, ball. They're saying, Jeremiah, ball. So is he saying ball? No. But when he said Jeremiah and show him the ball, he will attempt to say ball. Not because we've just said the word, but I have stopped and looked at the people's lips and said, where does the sound ball come from? What is involved? Which muscles are involved? It's here. What do I do to say, how do I do it? I've gone to the school of Google. I've done all these things. I'm working with other people. Other people, I ask them, how do you do this thing? Speech therapist, how is this thing done? His teacher, the nanny at home, the house manager, the guards, everybody is coming and saying, I've tried this. Everybody, by the way, the community of practice, they are saying that, what can we do? The dad is saying, Jeremiah said hello to me, and I'm like, how did he say it? He said, I'm telling you, because every time I walk in, I demand that I am greeted by everybody in the house. So he gets to him, gets to his hand, does this, and Jeremiah says, so he's saying fine, because the dad is also expecting fine. Consistently, that's why I said discipline, consistency, never giving up, believing. Those are tools you need. I mean, you're walking into a forest. What are the expectations? You doze a little, the snake bites you. So you have to keep your eyes like this.
My dear.
You know what, Judith?
It does a little.
Thank you so much. Like, we've had our previous shows where we would just touch on bits and pieces of this, but you have really broken it down to the lowest level, like even shown examples of how you work on the speech, how you work on the eye coordination, how you work on cognitive skills. Thank you so much. Please keep speaking. Please keep sharing.
I know the child likes water. Instead of complaining that he's opening the taps and doing things with the water, I said, now you like water, you say water. You want to drink water, you say water. So we use the same words. Not other people say, he wants water, there's water. Get water, water.
No.
Water, one word. Verb
One
or
word.
noun.
Yes.
Verb or noun.
Yes.
Verb or noun, not a noun. Verb or noun. He's 17. So I'm saying, what are the minimums that this child needs? But there's no limit. I'm just saying lower limit.
Yes.
What is the least? Water. So you say, walk back. Thank you.
Wow. Then you celebrate.
Then you celebrate
Everybody
it
now knows this is how we celebrate. We even get him to clap, clap. He also claps
for himself.
Will he always respond? No. There's one fixed factor. Giving up is not an option.
Yes.
And doing nothing is not an option.
It's not an
either.
option. Yes.
So there's a set of things that are happening.
Yes.
Sometimes we're all exhausted. Do we do these things every day? No. But when we must do them, which is every day, we do them.
How do you re-energize yourself?
I don't have an option. I'm in the forest.
You just keep moving.
I'm in the forest.
You must survive.
When you're drowning, you don't look at how straight the tie is. You say, I must swim or sink. So I have got to talk to myself every day that if the community, when I give up, the entire community will also give up.
You are the pillar.
You are the pillar. But I think as Patricia is saying, it's important to highlight what you've done for yourself because life continues. How are you also feeding Judith?
Yes.
Yes. She's the one in the forest. She's the one being the guide. She's the one fighting the lions, the snakes, the trees, the thorns.
Because you are a human
Yes.
being.
So how?
I'm not fighting this alone. I'm not this alone.
Yes.
It will always be. I really have to thank God for Jeremiah's, the community of people
Yes.
where God has placed him.
Yes.
His dad, his siblings, the house helps, the managers.
Yes.
For me, she's the person who supports us at home.
Yes.
We've also created some stability, and stability is important for these people. Stability. So, if you can have somebody for an extended period of time, it helps. And I have to say, I thank God that I've had this set of people, each of them almost for close to 10 years.
Wow.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So you have that stability. Then you also have that space where you re-energize
As yourself.
That's the one.
Yourself.
Yes. What do you do?
I live a certain lifestyle. I work out. I must work out.
Yes.
I must work out. the time, the location is a detail, but you must work out. Then, of course, as we've done all these things, I mean, there's so many topics. There's nutrition.
Yes.
And it's a school of life. So it is not we're only working in a room. No, it's not in a room. All of these things are not happening in a room. They're happening in the house, around the house. When we are saying green, he may not be able to point at color green, but he will bring everything green when I say bring green, because I have brought everything green. His siblings have also said, go and play with your brother. They've gone out there and played with him.
Yes.
Which game? I don't know. Why am I supposed to know?
They have to connect with each other.
Yes.
He's your brother.
Yes.
Why should I teach you what to play with your brother?
Yes.
Go and find something to do.
Yes.
They don't want. They don't want because you started telling them when they were 16.
To play with
When they-
him.
yes.
That's true.
Yes.
But if you start from
From the get-go.
the get-go,
and now you're
yes.
saying, now me, isn't it too late? No, you start where you are with what you have.
Yes.
You can't parent this child alone. I've told you that I must outlive my usefulness in Jeremiah's life in my lifetime.
Yes.
That one day I'll not be here, I'm very present to it. And I am also 100% sure that the government will not take him up.
In his
So we take him
lifetime, yeah.
Yeah. So he has to stand on his own.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So is he able to stand on his own now? No. But that's what I am trying. That's
It's
the
a
That's the
process.
tree. That's the tree you're
journey.
looking for. That's the, yeah.
It reminded me of what another parent said recently. He said he used to work out for the physical appearance purpose of looking good and fitting into his clothes and stuff. But when he had children, he started working out because he needed to be okay.
To be alive.
Carrying them all through an entire park and having that. So I think for you, you've even taken it up a notch because I sense that the nutrition, the working out, you're also thinking about, I must be present,
Yes.
you know,
And well.
and well.
And well. Physically,
Physically
mentally,
and mentally,
emotionally.
because
Yes.
I have to keep going in this forest.
Yes.
You
Yes.
can't give what you don't have. You can't. You cannot give what you don't have. So if you're not healthy, you can't give good health.
True.
You can't. But also, I've said, okay, now there's so much. People are saying there are no practitioners, but practitioners for which scale? You didn't learn to sit on a border because there
You
was
went
a
to the school
special
of
needs teacher who taught you to sit on a border.
Right?
I go to the
Exactly.
border stage, I befriend the guys and tell them, by the way, I have a client for you who needs to be
Taught.
taken from here to there. So what do you mean? Well, we shall take him. They want the money. So I give the guy 2,000 and he puts my child on the border. Will he sit on the border for day 1? No, he won't. Day 3, no. Day 4, no. Day 5, we're now putting on the helmet. Day 6, you can put him on the border from here to there because one day when I'm not at home, he should be able to sit on the border
And move.
And that day is not going to wait for me to prepare him.
No.
True.
So instead of building, I've seen people preparing the world for their children. I built my special needs child a school, a house. Excuse me, you don't know the future. Prepare the child.
Prepare the child
Prepare
for
the child
world.
for the world,
Yes.
not the world for the
Not the
child.
world
Yes.
for the child.
Yes.
Because you don't know what the world will look like tomorrow.
True.
So prepare the world, for the child,
The
for,
child
the
for the
world.
world. And that goes to even the neurotypical children.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So more so these who are special.
Yes.
Absolutely more important.
And you know, just like she said, you have to stop playing the victim.
Yes.
Preparing your child for the world takes you out of that victim
Yes.
space.
Yeah, it does.
Because regardless of whatever the world will be,
They'll be
Say and
flexible
do.
to adapt.
Yes, your child will.
Yes.
that's really profound.
You cannot continue to say that my child only eats.
Ah,
That's another one.
You're speaking to parents out there.
Yeah,
Please,
you
let's
are.
go that way also. Please.
Claire, my dear,
Yes. I'm saying
me
that
tell
because I know where I'm coming from.
I have been through it until the day I woke up and we are in lockdown.
Yes.
The world stopped.
And there's no only
And the
eats.
child only eats food which we were getting from some other places where the place was locked.
Yes.
And I said, what is this? My child is going to die. They don't eat anything. And then I realized it is only a matter of time. I mean, stretch it.
Yes.
The child will eat the food. Give them that food. You can't say that. Is your child special needs? On autism, they only eat this because it's there. Because it is there.
What if it's not there?
In the lockdown, when it was not there, what
Did you do?
Or where you live, they didn't lock down for 2 years. May I know where that place is? You wake up and you say, now this is what the world has thrown this at me. This is what it is.
Yes.
It is what it is.
It was another reality check on the
Right?
path. Yes.
We've prayed.
Yes.
We fasted.
Yes.
We've gone through pastors. And we have said, wake up. That story of the gazelle and the lion.
Yes, they wake up every morning. Yeah.
That morning, the gazelle must outrun the fastest lion, or it will be dead. It is survival. You're in the forest. Okay? I've told you you're in the forest.
And that's the reality.
Yes,
Your child cannot eat all this food while you're alive. If you are not here, on the day they are laying you to rest, your child's going to eat that food.
Yeah.
And cursing you in his heart for how you did this to him or her. Whether regular or not regular.
Yeah.
Expose the child. Prepare this child for the future. You won't always be there. Sadly, you will not always be there.
Judith, I feel we would have to love you on this show like forever
I
and
know.
sit at your feet and drink from this cup.
I
I'm
know.
learning. I came to learn.
Yes,
by the way.
I think as we sort of wind down, I want you to. You've said a lot, and they're all gems. But what would you say to a parent who is sitting in themselves, denying, not accepting, refusing to reformat? Because I think it's a reformatting of your brain.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah? What would you say as a parting? What would you say?
Claire, it is what it is. There's an advert that used to run, I don't remember the company. They used to say that when a child is born, so is the mother.
That is so true, by the way. I think that is so true.
We learn on the job.
Yeah, that is so true.
It doesn't matter if you've looked after your siblings.
Yes.
But when it is your child and they hand it over to you, they say, here's the child. It's a girl or it's a boy. So now, has autism. Start. You may have a community of practice and so many kind people, and we have them.
Yes.
We also have those who will not invite our children. They would say, bring the others, but
Leave Jeremiah.
bringing Jeremiah. That's why I told you, for me, Jeremiah I can only go to a place where he's welcome.
He's welcome.
If
And
he's
you're
not,
right.
then it's okay, all of us
I
will
like that.
Yes.
come.
I like
I like
that.
yes.
Yeah. And people don't have to like everything.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yes.
But to your question specifically,
Yes.
what are those things that I live with for a
For a parent,
Parent.
yes.
who has a special needs child?
And who is stuck somewhere, who doesn't,
You're not a victim. Why did it happen to you? Who do you want it to happen to? Those people. Which people? Now you see you are in the arrival session. You have arrived. You have arrived. Okay? You have the child. You have the child. What can you make of what you have
have.
under the circumstances?
Yeah.
And they grow.
Yeah.
Okay? They grow like other kids. They also grow.
They also grow.
Yes, they also grow.
Mm.
You'll be judged. They also judge parents for regular kids.
That's right.
So you stop being the victim. And I think I can boldly say that because I am raising a special needs child.
Yes.
And I have got a full-time job.
Yes.
And I'm also raising other kids. I'm
Yes.
a mother, I'm a wife, I'm all
Yes.
these
Your
other
sibling,
roles.
your
I wear
other.
them.
Yes.
Yes. Life happens to me the same way it happens to other people.
Yes.
Maybe sometimes I feel like it's happening worse.
Yes.
But I'm in a forest. I have got to unlearn. Please, parents, unlearn. Unlearn the skills, the things, everything you knew when you were raising your siblings, your other children,
Yes.
all your auntie's children. Unlearn. This one is a different module. It changes every day.
Yes.
It changes every day. Keep learning. Be open-minded. Try and error. Be flexible. This might work, this might not work. Today it works, tomorrow you say, it worked, I bought all the things and the child is not responding. They are not ready. Park. Move to another one. Keep coming back. Create a community of practice.
Yes.
Create a community of practice. you bring in, take out. Some people, every person has a part to play in the book. It's a book.
Yes, yes, you're writing a story.
Sometimes you think this is the person who is going to help me, and then they do something or make a statement and you're thinking, am I overreacting or did I trust the wrong person?
Yeah.
So you pack them a bit. They'll come back or they might not come back. Let other people come in. The people who are going to help you, they are there in that community. They are there. Open your eyes. They are there. They are there.
Yes.
They are not in a certain school where they trained in a certain. They are there. Be in the community of people in the space where you are, which is autism.
Yes.
There is a center. Speak to them.
Yes.
What this child is a full human being. You're building memories.
Yes.
Here you're going to learn something. Add it. The other school will also teach you something. Add it. The house manager at home will be telling you, in our village we had a child who used to do this. They used to do this. Be open-minded. Learn it. Be flexible. Keep training. Education doesn't happen in a school.
In a classroom.
In a class. Also, you don't delegate parenting. You have a role to play. You have a role to play. And play your role. And may I add happily while you're playing it. Because you don't know the length of time you're going to be playing it.
True.
And even if you think you know, you're building memories. 2 minutes of the child throwing a tantrum is not equal to a year. So why are you saying, oh, my child throws tantrums? Normally I ask, how long is the tantrum? Oh, you don't know a tantrum. I know. Because Jeremiah has jumped over the balcony before.
I remember there was
And
a
broke
time
his
he
limbs.
hit the
He
glass.
jumped over and he broke his limbs. So I know a tantrum. But it is not his life. I can't paint his life from he jumps over walls. He did
That event,
That
exactly.
was an incident.
Yes.
He's jumped into a swimming pool on the deep end and was saved by somebody. Now that's not, I don't define him by that one event. So 30 minutes of a tantrum in a day. I normally ask people, how long is your son's tantrum or your daughter's tantrum? It happened in the morning, but the morning begins at midnight up to midday. How long was it? How long was it? Even you, how do you react or respond when your child throws a tantrum?
Exactly.
Do you also throw a tantrum?
Yes.
The child, what are we going to do? Watch your child. The child, the whole world is looking at you. Where is your child? Come down.
Find your calm space.
Yes. 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 So pray.
Yeah.
I've said community of practice is so important.
Yes.
I have got Irene. I call her and said, Irene, this happened today. I need your help. Oh, that has happened to me before. Or let me speak to another parent who has experienced that. That's the community of practice.
Yes.
They will tell you, no, that's normal. Or that one, you do this.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bit new. Maybe you need to see a doctor.
Yeah.
Is your child convulsing? Maybe he is. Why don't you see a neuroped? Where are they? Here is a number. See a dentist. How do we do it? Those people are there. There are people in this community who have experienced what you're experiencing. But also you get in autism syndrome and hiding in a corner and locking yourself in a house and saying,
Isolating, yes.
isolate. I'll never take my child to a place because
Exactly.
they're judging me. They're not judging. Sometimes we're also judging ourselves.
Yes.
True.
We're also judging ourselves.
True.
Sometimes. So reflect and write a rough book of what you want your child to become. They might not become that. But what is the worst that can happen? Other people have educated their children up to age 6. They wanted their children to become doctors. They didn't get the grace to become doctors. Did they pull them out at age 4? They didn't.
No.
So why are you pulling your child out?
Wow. Judith, you have ministered to all of us, even us who feel we know it all.
You're somewhere on the
Eh?
journey.
You have spoken to all of us. Thank you so much for these words of wisdom. I hope you do not mind if a parent wants to reach out to you for more wisdom or more guidance. Are you free with us sharing your contact in case anyone reaches out?
I think I can have the conversation. It's perfectly okay because I am where I am because I've been helped.
Yes.
So I'm very, very open to helping other people. I haven't walked this journey alone.
Okay.
I've walked the journey. You know, there are things that people need to think about. How does this child affect their siblings? How are
Yes.
the siblings affected by the child?
Yes.
How do you support them to cope?
Yeah.
I have very, very supporting siblings. My daughter is supported They brought us so much. She has been assistant mommy. She has.
Yes.
My younger son has also played his part.
Yes.
So you see, I've been supported across the way.
Yes.
I mean, I stand on the shoulders of very, very strong women and men and support systems to have come to the space that I am. Am I with Jeremiah where I want him to be? No, I'm not there. Am I where we used to be? No, we're not where we used to be. We're not where we want to be. We're somewhere in the journey and getting there. And I'm happy to walk the journey with other parents, to learn from their experiences. Life's an experience, a journey.
Yes.
And also share my experience.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we may walk that journey of Jeremiah's classroom, Jeremiah's works, so that people get to see that what you're talking about here is actually real. But thank you so much. And thank you, viewers. We've finally come to the end of this long conversation, wealthy conversation. And we look forward to seeing you again.
And don't forget that time rolls on.
Time marches
Time is
on.
constant. It's the factors that
Prepare
change.
your child for the future.
Prepare your
Not the
child
future
for
your
the
child.
future.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Please like and subscribe and share with as many people that will be blessed by this.
Yes.